So something that I do with my family, my large family, is I buy a lot in bulk. And we have a retailer here nearby that does sell some bulk options when it comes to wheat and grains and different things like that. But they don't always have what I need or a lot of things that I want to try. A friend of mine who's been with Azure for 15 years lives about an hour east of me, and they're doing a pickup today. And so for the first time ever, I made an Azure order, and my son and I, he's hiding back there, are on our way to do my first Azure pickup. So I'm super excited.
What you do is you're just going to park, and then when the truck parks and unloads, we're going to make 2 lines.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sonia Calloway, and you are watching IHN Homestead. So as promised, today I am bringing you my very first Azure Standard haul. I have not done Azure Standard in the past. It is something very new to me. I have learned about them and done some research about them, but never really felt safe enough to take that plunge, that dive into Azure Standard until now. A friend of mine that I met over a year ago has done Azure Standard for over 15 years, and she would always talk to me about the great things about Azure and just the phenomenal products that they have, the great community that they have built, and she just had nothing but blessings to say about them. So what I thought I would do for you today, for anyone who has never heard of Azure Standard or doesn't really know their history, I just pulled out a few fun facts about them and what they're about. So back in the 1970s, the family, David Seltzer family and his father, they started getting into more of an organic farming approach. And that is really how Azure Standard was created, with that mindset of the organic farming and being able to offer good, wholesome foods to their families and to surrounding families in the area. Azure Standard actually came about later in the 1980s. I think it was about 1987. And then they've just grown from there. They are, again, family-owned, operated business, and they offer over 12,000 products. They do what's called drop points around the continental United States. So they are a direct-to-consumer business. They don't have middleman retailers, grocery stores, markets, or anything like that. And for me, I find that a little bit more personable. You actually get to meet the people that are hired through Azure, through their Azure Standard drop points. And if anyone's interested in Azure Standard, what you would do is you would go to their website, azurestandard.com, and you would type in your location, and they will find you a drop point nearest you. And if you can't find one, but you know of other people that want to be a part of this and that want these wholesome, organic, non-GMO, preservative-free products, you can actually create your own Azure Standard drop. And I thought that was very, very neat. It is no cost to join an Azure Standard drop. It just takes a little time and some muscles to haul your food back home. They also work with other companies. So as you can see, like on these bags, they all say Azure Market on them, but they also offer Redmond salts. They also offer products from Bob's Red Mill. I think some of those might be more familiar. You see Bob's Red Mill at Walmarts and local grocery stores. So it's not just their products that they offer, but they offer a wide range of products on their website. And something that I just learned here recently about them is they also offer, it's called Azure Well. They have a vitamin supplement line. As I've been learning more about them, I learned that they don't just offer food and household products, but they also offer products for your garden, for outside. They sell seeds, whole plants that you can order and get shipped directly to your drop point. I saw at our drop point that somebody had a stack of food grade 5-gallon buckets that were coming off the truck. And so I have so much more to learn about them, and I'm actually really excited about it because I've been looking for somebody that I can go to, that I can get pretty much anything and everything I want. It's in one convenient location. We're really big on organic foods. I would do whatever I could. I would buy the flour from the store. I'd make everything myself. But a couple of years ago, I had gotten myself a mill because I had learned about the nutrition that you can find within the germ and the bran, having the whole thing together, the whole berry together, and using that in your baking. And so I started experimenting with it, and I found the flavor, the texture. My family just loved it. And so I thought, if I'm taking all these steps to try to make wholesome food for my family, I really should be looking at the products that I'm getting and putting into that wholesome food. And now here we are. And so this took a lot for me to actually buckle down and do. It was a big step for me, but I'm excited. It's a new adventure for my family, and I'm looking forward to what happens next. So the first thing I purchased was a 50-pound bag of your hard red wheat. I plan on using these for most of just my breads. These 2 bags, this was an oops. I accidentally bought 2 bags. I bought a 50-pound and a 25-pound bag of your soft white wheat. This is what we use to make our muffins and our cookies, more of your lighter foods that you don't use yeast for. This guy right here, I think, is probably my favorite. This is a 25-pound bag of organic, they call it their number 2 carrots. And this costs, I think, was like $26 or $27. I thought that was a great price for organic carrot. What am I going to do with this? Well, I have a lot of kids, so we're going to eat them. But I'm also planning on canning them and putting them in my cellar for the winter. The next thing I purchased, which wasn't actually on my list to purchase, but I didn't get to can a lot of green beans last summer, so I thought I would try some of their organic green beans. I bought myself some organic rye. I just bought a small bag. I've never made rye bread before, but rye and pumpernickel are actually some of my favorite breads. So if I can find a good recipe and be able to bake some rye and pumpernickel breads, I'm going to be very excited. Like really excited. If you guys have a good rye or pumpernickel bread, please add it in the comments because I would love to try it and feature it on this channel. This is 10-grain cereal. When I was a little girl, malto-meal was one of my favorite things to eat for breakfast in the morning. Get malto-meal, some maple syrup. It was delicious. This is called a 10-grain cereal from Azure Market. And it's kind of like my replacement for malto-meal. I love the flavor, the texture, everything. Not all my kids are a big fan, but I'm kind of weird about that stuff. So this might actually be more of a gift for mommy. Let's see, what else did I get? I got some organic Thompson raisins. We do a lot of baking, and I really like adding raisins to the kids' oatmeal for breakfast in the morning. We add raisins to our cookies sometimes, and then also something that we like to do is we like to make our own granola, and I will add raisins to that as well. Let's see, what else? I also got a bag of popcorn. This is a organic multicolored popcorn. I mostly got the multicolored just because I thought my kids would like it. I thought it would be fun for them to look at all the different colors of popcorn. We got something really simple, some aluminum-free, non-GMO baking powder, double-acting baking powder. I also got some organic vanilla extract. I had a huge tub of organic coconut oil. Hi. How are you? Are you going to join mommy? Okay. And in this big old box here, this was kind of just a fun, wasn't originally on my list. This is a huge box of hash browns. it was on sale. I think it was 20 or 25% off. And I thought my kids would really enjoy that. We'll have hash browns and eggs, maybe some hash browns in our egg casseroles. What else should we eat the hash browns with?
Oatmeal.
You want hash browns and oatmeal?
Mm-hmm.
Hash browns and oatmeal, says my 4-year-old. So, but here it is. And that's it. And all this right here, organic or non-GMO, all this right here cost me less than $300. But because we do everything ourselves, we bake all of our own breads. If we want tortillas, we make our own tortillas. If we want muffins, cookies, dinner rolls, whatever it is, pancakes, waffles, we make it ourselves. I got to the point with my large family that if I could make it myself, I'm going to do that instead of buying everything boxed from the store. And I have found the kids enjoy it, the flavor is better, and it's so much healthier for my children. And that's just what we've decided to do. That is not what I got from Azure, Emily. No, I just got that from the grocery store. Can you go put those back? She's very excited to eat those. Anyways, fun times with kids, right? All right, well, that is it for today's video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. If I cannot answer them, I will find somebody who can. So thank you very much. God bless, and have a wonderful day.